Hello everyone, this is G-Shock High Fashion Channel. Today I'm going to highlight the difference between a RANGEMAN and also a MUDMASTER G-Shock watch. Both of this is triple sensor model. Both of these are made for the same purpose, to be used on land, mountain climbing, jungle trekking, and all those sort of environment. I already covered a lot of thoughts and opinion in each of the unboxing video for this model and also this model, so if you are interested you can check those video out. In this video however, just same thing again but side to side comparison, which I think important to make considering the pricing for both of these is hugely different and they're still both triple sensor model and they serve same function. Even by holding them on hand, you can actually feel the difference right away. A MUDMASTER feels heavier, feels robust, way more tough compared to this. For some reason, probably of this plastic part, when you squeeze it, it could actually being squeezed. For this model is very solid. So there is a thing that you guys need to experience by yourself. But anyway, before I proceed with more difference, let's have a look on the things that we couldn't see, which is the weight. A RANGEMAN gonna weigh you about 93 grams. A MUDMASTER gonna weigh you about 118 grams. That is a lot of weight to be added on your wrist, and those definitely gonna affect your comfort level and how long you could stand up to both of this model to be worn throughout the day. Again, both of this is triple sensor model that is equipped with barometer, altimeter, thermometer, and compass. The barometer, of course, was measured at this 9 o'clock position over here. Both of them have similar position, but the RANGEMAN, however, the sensor is actually built in there behind this black plastic parts over here. It's actually hidden in there. On the MUDMASTER, however, the sensor was hidden behind the steel parts, but I believe a MUDMASTER gonna give you guys a way more precise and accurate change in atmospheric pressure reading compared than a RANGEMAN could. And that's just my speculation from the design appearance of each model. And if you look at this side, we're gonna have a look at all those buttons that this model have. Look closely, you can see that the button on the RANGEMAN features this plastic part and metal in the here. And for the sensor part, the sensor access button have steel and both of them is steel. On the MUDMASTER, however, you have all steel similar to the one on here, even at the same size as well. But on the MUDMASTER, everything is steel buttons. Check this one out. All of them, all 5 of them. And that is for the design from the sides. And let's have a look at the design profile at the front. If you look at the RANGEMAN, we have the steel parts up here. This serve no purpose at all except for giving you guys an illusion this watch looking tough, and this is more likely for an aesthetics. On the MUDMASTER, however, this metal part up here, this one out, is very thick, way more thicker, way more bigger than the one on RANGEMAN, and it also serves a purpose, that is to lock down the bezel part up here. So this serves a purpose and not just for aesthetics. If you look closer, check this one out, it will lock the bezel from the top, and the side screw over here will just being used for the watch band. Both of them goes the same. And look at this again, it is way more thicker and obviously way more tougher than the RANGEMAN. Okay, check this one out. The RANGEMAN used a pretty old type of screw, have been used for 4 years already on RANGEMAN, on the lower end or middle end G-Shock, Master of G. Still use it on here. And another big problem on the RANGEMAN, again, that is, you can see right now the lug over there is pretty small or thin in my opinion, and that is pretty much a flaw on the RANGEMAN. That part is very weak, especially when you lock everything down, the bezel, the case, and all the watch band all into place. From here, if one thing break, all this will fall apart. On the MUDMASTER, however, this thing locks with this thing locks over here. So, and also they have this plastic part over here, even though the lug, this thing over here on the MUDMASTER aren't probably not steel material, they're still plastic, but since we have this padded part over here, it's gonna prevent that from breaking. So in a way, a MUDMASTER is way tougher than a RANGEMAN. Now let's have a look on the watch face, the main feature that differs both of this model. A RANGEMAN is indeed full digital and a MUDMASTER is analog digital model, obviously. But if you look at the RANGEMAN model, firstly you're gonna notice this solar panel around here. Since this model is full digital, it is required that Casio cut out a huge amount of the solar panel to create space for the digital display, of course, and hence making this exposed or the surface area of the solar panel is pretty small. So that's gonna affect the charging rate for the watch as well. On the MUDMASTER, however, since this is full analog, they don't have to cut out most part of this. There's one out. They just need this middle part over here to add the arrow, the sword hands, and the cutout of this for digital window over here, and the rest is solar panel. And also the solar panel on the new master object model like this aren't as visible as older master objects such as this guy over here. As soon as you look at it, you'll know right away this is a solar panel. They have the solar panel texture, what I call the pattern on top of it. On the MUDMASTER, it looks totally different. There's one out. It have those diamond-like texture, which is weird for a solar panel, but that is indeed a solar panel, and that is very, very unique as well. And since this model is analog, it is way more easier to tell the time compared to a RANGEMAN. It is way more practical as a tool watch. And the idea behind design of this G-Shock watch is that if they could be used in the harsh environment, in all those extreme conditions, they most likely and they probably will be very, very good to be used in your daily life. Alright, let's go back up a little bit. On top here, this glass here on the RANGEMAN is actually mineral glass. On the MUDMASTER is sapphire. So from there you know right away on how tough a MUDMASTER could be compared to a RANGEMAN. Alright, at home time right now, you guys could see that I already set up the barometer display on a RANGEMAN and also on the MUDMASTER over here. Both of these are showing 2 hours difference in change in atmospheric pressure. It starts as now, it is going down. On the RANGEMAN, it is also going down. However, if you compare the graph display only, on a RANGEMAN, we're gonna have a look at way more information being displayed compared to the one on this MUDMASTER. If I'm not mistaken, this is like 2 days of information. On the MUDMASTER, just about 1 day. And from here, you are able to predict the weather even better because you have way more data actually. On the MUDMASTER, you don't have much, but as far as telling or predicting the upcoming weather, you don't actually need at the back here. You just need what coming up for the first or the last 3 hours or 4 hours around there. So this part over here is all that matters. In this case, it seems like it's gonna rain pretty soon in my place. That's as far as the barometer graph. And if you move down, they have date display, which is similar, and below part is the time display. This one in analog, this one in digital display. Let's press the light button over here. Bam. A RANGEMAN have an LED light from the sides, which is bright enough to tell time, but it is not. I mean, I heard some people complain about this feature because they have on one side, they should have added both sides actually to make it way better. For a MUDMASTER, they add the LED light at 6 o'clock position down there, which makes the light disperse way more clearer, way more plain, which light on everything. The lighting on the RANGEMAN not as balanced as the one on the MUDMASTERs. It's really not a big deal at all. You can still tell all the information that is required in your case. So now let's go through the important features again. The triple sensor. For a MUDMASTER, you could access the compass right away at home time using this upper button up here, and bam, straight away access the compass. And if you want to change the altimeter, you can go right away pressing this lower right button over here. And if you want to go back, press this compass button again. You have quick access to those informations or those sensors. On a RANGEMAN, however, you need to press this only one sensor button on this side and go to altimeter. And if you missed it, you need to go all around to compass. And if you want to go back to altimeter, you need to go through the barometer and go all the way back to altimeter. Not as efficient actually, not a big deal at all, but still tiny things like that's really gonna matter when needed. Now let's have a look on the normal functions. What are the functions that the RANGEMAN have that the MUDMASTER didn't have? First, we're gonna have a look at world time. On a MUDMASTER, we're gonna have a look at the barometer, which is different. Alright, If I press mode, we'll go to stopwatch on arrangement. If I press mode here, we'll go to thermometer. So every mode is separated, which is pretty hard to access on arrangement. If you guys remember, if I could access this sensor button right away at any mode, now I could have access to the altimeter, the compass, the barometer, and thermometer at the same time. On this model, you need to view them separately, which is pretty, what I call this, inefficient in my opinion. And such as now, I'm in thermometer mode. If I want to go to altimeter, if I press this thing, nothing gonna happen. I need to go through all around, or just press this mode button and go to home time, and then I'll be able to access the compass, which is inconvenient at a point. And on arrangement, you could just jump to the sensors right away, which is convenient. Press mode, we'll go back to home time. Let's go to the stopwatch timer. Now on the thermometer, next we're gonna have a look at recall. So on arrangement, we have it at the back. Now the stopwatch and then countdown timer, similar as well, both default to 10 minutes. Press it again, we'll go to alarm. Both of these has 5 alarm. On arrangement, we have snooze and signal. On the MUDMASTER, alarm number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5, and signal, no snooze alarm at all. And I believe one of the reasons is that this one is made to be used as a tool watch, not as a daily watch. So you don't want a snooze alarm in here. When the alarm rings, you need to do your thing. You can't not just snooze and forget about it, you know. So that is the main purpose, and that is also why this guy don't have snooze function and this guy does. Alright, let's move to the next mode. We're gonna have a look at sunrise and sunset mode, which is a missing function on the MUDMASTER. Kind of like this sunrise sunset mode, even though I rarely use it. But again, if you are actually gonna depend on this, I'm very sure that you are already know in advance. You are well enough knowing that the sunrise and sunset based on your current location. But still, having them in your watch is pretty convenient though. Arrangement wins in here. Press mode. We'll go to recall. We already went to recall mode on the MUDMASTER. If I press mode now, we'll go to receive. This is the to check when is the last time the watch received the atomic synchronization function. Although both still the same so far. The arrangement also have it, of course. And press mode, we will go back to home time. So that is some of the difference about the function for this model. And as you guys can see now, the display on here is way more clear compared to the display on here for some reason. And I believe because of the AR, the anti-reflective coating that they have below the separate glass, which arrangement didn't have. Right, that's as for the function and the build and all those tiny little details that I believe most of you guys didn't know. Now let's have a look at the watch band over here. Arrangement have almost a similar thickness, but if you measure right away, a MUDMASTER watch band is slimmer compared to the arrangement. Arrangement is bigger in width actually. Although the thickness on a MUDMASTER is bigger compared to the arrangement, but then again, arrangement has a carbon fiber instead in there, so both of this is very reliable. They're not gonna snap off anytime soon. Let's have a look up here. Similar again, the watch band keeper on the arrangement uses similar material. I believe they are just the same, stainless steel, although the arrangement band keeper look way more wider in my opinion, but no big deal at all because this part not gonna be used as much. The other thing that is different from both of this is this buckle right here. You could tell right away. Arrangement have this curved end, this one is square end. It looks way more rugged in my opinion, but no big deal actually. Although the thickness is also different. I never stumble upon a case where this one break or whatever, but just in case that is your concern, you guys should know that the MUDMASTER has a thicker buckle, and hence by logic this thing gonna stand or gonna be able to withstand way more pressure, way more harsh environment. On a backplate, however, you can tell right away the MUDMASTER has bigger backplate, and hence this will definitely improve the precision on the thermometer or the temperature reading, but so far not as much of a difference, so can't say much on that. And also one other thing before I forgot, that is about the watch setup. Our MUDMASTER require you to unlock the crown each time you want to set up the watch, which is pretty inconvenient sometimes. On arrangement, however, just in case you want to set up the time, all you need to do is press adjust and bam, right away you are able to set the watch, which is pretty quick. And if you want to set up even the world time, the stopwatch, or the countdown timer, the alarm, you can set it up right away by pressing the adjust and that is very quick. On the MUDMASTER, however, it's very hard. You need to unlock the crown, rotate it downwards just to set the time right away. You guys should know that. If I need to pull the crown, and now I could set up this home time setting. And now if I want to set up the such as I want to change the countdown timer on the MUDMASTER, I need to go to the countdown timer, of course, stopwatch timer, and then I need to unlock back the crown and pull it out, and now I could set up the countdown timer here, which is time consuming in my opinion, which is I believe not as convenient to be used as a daily wear, but it is very nice thing to have to be used as a tool watch as it is made to be used for. If you're actually using this as a tool watch, I'm assuming you already know what you're gonna do, how many minutes you're gonna spend on any activities at all, so that's why set it one time and just go with it. You don't have to switch it even further. Even though this guy is used as a tool watch, you can still use this as a daily wear because it is way more convenient to set up and all that. So that is a thing that a RANGEMAN have that the MUDMASTER didn't have as well. This guy costs about 54,000 yen. This guy costs you about 100,000 yen, which is crazy expensive in my opinion. This thing costs double the price of this. I'm talking about retail price. You can get cheaper, of course, depending on which model, used market, store, and all that. So that's it. For me personally, I will get a MUDMASTER instead of a RANGEMAN because I found out these things, I mean, this is way better and way more popular today compared to RANGEMAN. RANGEMAN had been way popular since it was released 2013, 14, all the way up to date actually, but since MUDMASTER was released, this guy like exceed the popularity on a RANGEMAN had ever went before. You can check it out online as well, see for yourself the comparison on how big deal a MUDMASTER is. If you just want one single watch and you don't care about the price, you don't care about the size and all that, a single watch that I would recommend you guys to get is a MUDMASTER. That's just it. This thing gonna last you way longer than the RANGEMAN could, and from history and from a lot of other people's experience, the MUDMASTER is a very reliable timepiece compared to a RANGEMAN is, and that is the basic idea. But if you don't expose yourself to a lot of harsh environment and you don't care all those and you just want a watch that is G-Shock, that's still looking rugged, still easy to use, and yeah, by all means just get yourself a RANGEMAN. This thing fits very nice to way more a situation, especially in daily life. But yeah, that's just my opinion guys. For in this video, of course, I need to highlight the main big feature for a MUDMASTER is that it is mud resistance, and what that means is that each of these buttons has 6 O-ring to prevent any oil, mud, water, or any form of liquid from entering the watch battery, hence making this watch very mud resistant. On a RANGEMAN, they only have 2 O-ring located at the shaft of this button over here, so that is all the protection that you are going to get when we're talking about water sippings in here. On the MUDMASTER, we have 2 at this button, another 2 at this ring, this metal ring, and another 2 at the button shaft, which had been proven to be very mud resistant. So the MUDMASTER is indeed very reliable timepiece in those type of environment and harsh condition, a watch that you could totally rely on. Alright, that's just it guys. I hope you guys found this video useful, informative, and entertaining as well. Please leave a like if it does helping you with your future purchase, and you have any comments at all, thoughts and opinion, please leave them in the comment section down below. And that is all you guys. Thank you very much for watching. This is G-Shock High Fashion channel, and